Hello students. Today we are going to see regarding handicapped children. So handicapped children, we can say it is a category of handicapped children is one who deviates from normal health status, either physically, mentally or socially, and requires special care or treatment as well as education. I repeat, handicapped children are the children one who was deviated from normal health status in the form of either physically, mentally, or socially. Requires special care, treatment, and education. So, according to the WHO, has divided this, or the WHO, according to WHO, the sequence of events leading to disability and handicapped conditions are as follows. So over that, if you're saying when the child can able to be disabled, either physically or mentally or socially. So in case of injuries or disease, which leads to impairment, that will leads to disability, that will leads to handicap. That will leads to handicap. For example, you can take about injury, any roadside accidents, that will leads to severe impairment for the child, that will leads to disability, that may leads to the chances of handicap. So classification of handicapped children. Here we are seeing three classification: physically handicapped, mentally handicapped, and socially handicapped. So physically handicapped children. Physically handicapped children are like a blind, deaf, dumb, crippled child. So over the first one is blindness. According to WHO, inability to count fingers in daylight from a distance of 3 meters. A person or a child who is inability to count fingers in daylight from a distance of 3 meters. It is defined as blindness. That is, who can't able to count their fingers in the normal daylight from a distance of 3 meters. Count the fingers. Then problem faced by the blind child: problem of attachment, unable to use hand as organ of perception. So they can't able to uh, feel, or they can able to feel, but they can't able to perceive what kind of thing they are touching. Then problem on locomotions, dependence on parents and caregiver, behavioral problems, then less social interaction due to the problems, then less playing activity due to over concern of the child also. So problems are related to attachment of the child. Then second one is use hand as organ of perception, but they can't able to use that one. Then the third one is the movements will be restricted due to blindness. Then the fourth one is always they depend on either on parents or on the caregivers. And the fifth one is behavioral problem. So due to that, they'll be either isolated, neglecting others, or feeling that inferiority. They can't able to perform the activity like others, and less social interaction and less playing activity. Prevention of blindness. How we can able to prevent? Provide good antenatal care, like immunization for the mother, proper nutritious diet, proper weight gaining, and we want to see that proper we can able to say proper hygienic practice, and parental counseling has to be done. So this all indicates that provide good antenatal care. Then genetic counseling and screening. Then prevent infection. Then prevent preterm birth and provide excellent neonatal care to the baby. The next, vitamin A supplement. Then health education about eye safety, personal hygiene, and nutrition of health promotion. Treatment of the underlying causes for the blindness, the retinopathy of prematurity (ROP), then cataract, glaucoma. The next, management. Management, which includes physiotherapy, orientation and mobility instructors, then mobility and guide, then they are using the braille. That is mainly the blind school and that way how they used to teach them how to get survive. So like touching the words, the holes, the in the books, textbooks, there will be holes will be there. They will be feeling the hole and they are identifying the alphabets. Okay, so that will be done. So with that, their form of education can able to be improved, and they can able to see that in future how they can able to be stabilize their life. So physiotherapy is given to that to see the sense how best they can able to sense or perceive the nearby things when they are walking or when they are in the locomotion. Okay. The second one is deafness. Deafness, a person who is not able to hear, as well as someone with normal hearing. It can affect one ear or both ears and leads to difficulty in hearing conversational speech or loud sounds. So deafness indicates the person who is not able to hear either one ear or both the ears. Levels of hearing impairment. So mild deafness indicates 25 to 39 dB, and moderate deafness indicates 40 to 69 dB, and severe deafness indicates 70 to 89 dB. Then profound deafness indicates 90 dB. So impact of hearing loss. Impact of hearing loss. The first one is functional impact. The second one is poor academic performance. And the third one is social and emotional impact. The fourth one is economic impact. So example, if you're saying about the functional impact, the child can't able to function properly because what uh, they can't able to hear others instruction properly to perform. The next, poor academic performance, which indicates the child was because whenever the classes are going on, the attentions will be always present for the hearing aids, visual and hearing. That is important in the academic to learn and perceive the things. Then social and emotional impact. Social and emotional impact, they can't able to perform like others. They can't able to hear like others, and always some special concern will be given for them, and they will be having the inferiority complex. I can't able to perform or can't able to do the activity like a normal child. Then economic impact, where the child has to go for special education, special device supporting has to be rely on special device like hearing aids and others so on, and the special schools, others so on, and a special caretaker has to be present for the child. These are going to impact the child economically. Then management. Management is sign language. First thing we want to teach the child about the sign language. Then second one is about hearing devices, hearing aids, assistive listening, then device and cochlear implants. These will be done. Then lip reading skills, then speech therapy, then use of written or printed text. Use of written or printed text. So management includes sign language, which will be given only in the hands. Like previously, we used to see about in Doordarshan or national channels during the news, UGC news. They used to show the sign language of news, how they used to tell about the news, and as well as they use the lip reading and sign language, the fingers as well as the lip movements they used to show the convey the information. The next we are going for speech handicapped. Speech handicapped means an impairment of speech or sound production, fluency, or voice or language, which significantly affects a child's educational performance or their social, emotional, or vocational development. So, this is about speech handicap. So, means an impairment of speech. Types of speech impairment are articulation disorder. The child can't able to articulate properly. The second one is fluency disorder. That is example like stuttering and stammering. Then the third one is voice disorder. Then aphonia. Then language disorder. So articulation, fluency, voice, aphonia, then language. Total 5 types of impairment. So effect of speech impairment. So once again I'll repeat. Articulation, the child can't able to articulate the sentence or the words properly. The next, the child can't able to use the fluency properly. So stuttering, staggering at a particular word takes time for the child to express their feeling. Then voice disorder, their voice was different when compared to the same age group and same sex of the child. Their voice was entirely different. The next, aphonia, the child phonic sound will be varying. It's not sound like a similarity like others how they used to show it off. The phonic sound will be varying. Then language disorder, due to multiple language exposure, or the child is not able to communicate properly because nobody is not there to communicate with the child at the learning, at the language learning period of time, particularly in case of infant and toddler age group. Effect of speech impairment, poor communication skill, then less social interaction, behavioral problem. Children may feel shame, em- embarrassment, then frustration, anger, and depression as a result of speech impairment, then poor academic performance. So here, poor communication skills. Poor communication skill when it comes, the child can't able to express their feelings properly due to these speech problem. Then second one is less social interaction because others used to tease them. So due to that, the child have less social interaction. They don't want to show that they are having some defects. Then the next one is behavioral problem. The child may feel shame if any issue comes, any group discussion. The child may feel shame and frustrated or anger or run away from the situation. They don't want to face the situation. Then poor academic performance of the child. Management, how we can able to solve this? Management, early identification of speech impairment, then elimination of hearing impairment, then medical and surgical intervention for underlying causes, then psychological counseling, avoid making fun of their voice or speech. Voice or speech therapy has to be given, physical therapy, then cognitive rehabilitation. Early identification of speech impairment, where the parents has to identify whenever the child used to have the change in their voice or tone or phonic pronunciation or a phonic, they has to identify and it has to be immediately taken some measures. Then elimination of hearing impairment, then medical and surgical intervention for underlying causes, like example, as I said earlier, like two parents were working and only one kid was there, and nobody's not there to take care of the kid will be alone in the house with the gadgets, where the parents both will be going for working. So where I was together, the kid is not having anybody to communicate, where the kid used to indulge with the gadgets like televisions and mobile phones, like playing games and other activity, where they are not speaking with others. Nowadays the parents are indulging like this kind of activity, like showing the mobile phone, then the child will eat, allowing the child to play. They have started to give the mobile phone to the child at the age of above 6 month or 4 month onwards. They started to the childs are getting exposure to the mobile phones. Next, orthopedically handicapped. Orthopedically, or we can able to say orthopedic disability occurs when movements in our body are affected due to disease, injury, any absence or deformities in the joints, bones, muscles, or any injury in nervous system like cerebral palsy, poliomyelitis. You can able to take. The next, locomotor disabilities means disability of the bones, joints, or muscle leading to substantial restriction of the movement of the limbs. So, orthopedically handicapped, orthopedic disability, and locomotor disability. Management, correction of deformities. So physical therapy, occupational therapy, massage therapy, prosthetics, the device for positioning and mobility. Like example, in poliomyelitis, how they used to give correction of deformities, they used to provide some artificial support for the leg, which leg was affected. So like along with that, they used to provide the child physical therapy with that leg, how they can able to walk, how they can able to run, how they can able to support their weight as well as gait, how they can able to face the society uh, in front of them. Then occupational therapy, which is helping them to perform about their future activity. The next, massage therapy, then prosthetic, then device for positioning and mobility. Then device for positioning and mobility, example we can use canes, walkers, crutches, wheelchairs, then specialized exercise equipment, then specialized chairs, desks, and tables for proper posture development. Then by this we are completing the physically handicap. So physical handicap we saw regarding three things. One is blindness, second one is deafness, third one is speech handicap, and the last one is orthopedically handicapped. Next we are moving to the mentally handicapped. Mentally handicapped. Over this, a mental handicap is an impairment in an individual ability to function cognitively, emotionally, or physically due to presence of a psychiatric condition. This condition hinders someone's ability to perform a task or prevent that person from engaging in an activity without assistance. So mentally handicapped is inability of an individuals to perform normal functions of cognitive, emotional, or physical due to presence of the psychiatric condition. So mentally handicapped children include mental retardation and cerebral palsy. MR and cerebral palsy. So mental retardation. Moving to the mental retardation, moving to the mental retardation. MR, you know already very well. MR is defined as a significantly sub-average general intellectual functioning resulting in associated with concurrent impairment in adaptive behavior, which manifested during the developmental period, according to American Association of Mental Dictionary. So, where dictionary, mental retardation is defined as it's a sub-average general IQ functioning resulting in associated with concurrent impairment in adaptive behavior. Mental retardation level are example if you are seeing that mild IQ test we are checking over, the test score has to be mild is indicates 50 to 70, moderate indicates 35 to 50, below 50, then severe indicates 20 to 35, and profound indicate less than 20. So mild is 50 to 70, moderate is 35 to 50, severe is 20 to 35, profound is less than 20. Effects on children. Failure to achieve developmental milestone, then deficiency in cognitive functions such as inability to learn or meet academic demands, expressive or receptive language problem, they can't able to express or receive or follow the commands, then psychomotor skill deficit, the psychomotor skill deficit will be present for them. Difficulty performing self-care activities. So where the coordination of the mind body movements will not be proper due to neurological impairments. Then medical problems such as seizures, low self-esteem, depressions, and labile mood, then irritability when frustrated or upset, lack of curiosity, will be present, and if you are seeing over, the child will not be having a proper development according to the mental development according to the physic. The treatment modalities indicates behavior management, environment supervision, then monitoring the child's developmental needs and problems, programs that maximize the speech, language, cognitive, psychomotor, social, self-care, and occupational skill. Like special schools are there. This activity will be teached to the child. Then family therapy, then early intervention program. Family therapy is important because family has to know about how to interact with the child and how to identify the problems of the child. The family is knowing that exactly, then it will be very much helpful for them to handle the child. An early intervention program for children younger than age 3 with mental retardation. Provide daycare school to train the child in basic skills such as bathing and feeding by doing the activity repeatedly. The next condition is cerebral palsy. It is disability that affects ability to control muscles caused by damage to the brain while the brain is developing. CP, cerebral palsy, disability that affects ability to control, that is ENS disability, that affects particularly the ability to control the muscles caused by damage to the brain while the child is developing. So causes, if you're saying causes, maybe the best example is birth injuries. Birth injuries are more common causes because during that time more possibility are there. The brain or in its covering possibility are there for getting injured. Effects of cerebral palsy indicates abnormal muscle tone, abnormal movement, skeletal deformities, seizures, speech problems, swallowing problem, hearing loss, vision problem, dental problems, bowel or bladder control problems. Okay, so this is about mentally handicapped. Then next we are moving to the socially challenged children or socially handicapped. Socially challenged children, a socially handicapped children may be defined as a child whose opportunity for a health personality development and full unfolding of potentialities are hampered. So child healthy personality as well as potential abilities are hampered. Certain elements in social environment such as parental inadequacy, environmental deprivation, lack of learning opportunity and emotional disturbances. In India, if you're taking about the family is the main role which is playing in this one, like single parents or no parents, like orphan childs, or living with the grandparents, the grandson or granddaughter are living with the grandparents. Then we can able to see that low socioeconomic status, where the child is not getting any opportunity for learning or other facilities to fulfill their basic needs. Then emotional disturbances. Category of social handicapped children are orphans, neglected children, children of divorced or step parents, then delinquent children. Orphan children. An orphan is a child permanently deprived of or abandoned his or her parents. The child lost both parents, is called orphan, does not have any surviving parents to care for him or to fulfill the basic needs of the child. So orphan, no need of explaining, you know very well. Then problem associated with orphans are developmental retardation, then conduct and sleep problem, personality problem, bedwetting, disturbance in eating, depressions, are you can able to say how they will fulfill their basic needs? They can't able to fulfill their basic needs as per the hierarchy, Maslow's hierarchy. Then during adulthood, if you're seeing antisocial problems, drug addiction, alcoholism, then marital problem. Then child neglect. Child neglect is an ongoing failure to provide the right care and attention to the child needs. So the child needs were not properly fulfilled, including food and a safety environment, or to a child emotional needs including warmth, security, and love and affection. Lack of those things, where the child will be pushing towards a child neglected child. A lack of these things are likely to result in serious damage to the child health and development. Types of child neglect are physically or medically due to medical conditions, then emotionally, then educationally, as well as nutritionally. So these are the possibility of child neglect. The child neglect are physically they are neglecting the child, where due to the presence of, or we can able to say best example like at the time of delivery, the child has been born and the mother has been expired. Due to that, the father was neglecting the child physically. The father used to abuse the child and neglect the child. Next, to medical conditions, like any special medical conditions where the parents used to neglect the child. Like example, like a special child. Some parents they used to neglect their child. Then emotional conditions, emotional as I said, the physical which is over the emotion, that also emotional conditions. Then educationally maximum members are neglecting the child, where the child can't able to read properly, not able to pursue like other children. So the teachers or the peer groups may be neglecting the child, that is also another one. Or the parents may not providing proper education to the child when compared to the other child, or compared to the siblings, where they are not properly providing education to the child, where which indicates neglecting the child over educationally. Like example, the siblings are going in a good school where uh, the child has been sent to a school which is not a good standard, or in the school to the government standard schools. The nutritionally not providing proper food to the child. Causes factors are parental mental health problems such as depression, unstable and abusive relationship, then parent history and learned parental behavior, lack of knowledge of children needs and the child care, how to take care of the children, an inability to plan or lack of confidence about the future, or the parents may have any mental or psychiatric conditions, or the parents may be abused for some drugs, or the parents may be a teenage or young parents, then unemployment, poverty, a large number of children, and poor socioeconomic status, high level of stress and domestic violence. Consequences of neglect are developmental delays, particularly socialize, then delayed physical and mental growth, the neurological impairments, poor social skill, experience extended poverty or unemployment, face chronic illness or early death, cognitive deficits. Out of the signs and symptoms, we can able to identify same like the abused child, poor mental health such as exhibiting low self-esteem, anxiety, depression, or suicidal tendencies, and this everything will be identified or will be uh, find signs and symptoms of child abuse. Then insecure anxious attachment towards a particular things like pillow, toys, or some other objects. Then attachment difficulties or difficulty in formation of relationship in the future affects intellectual ability. Then anxiety or impulse control. Failure to thrive. According to the age, their normal physical development will not be present. Then obviously unhealthy, like dehydrated, not taking the food properly. Then poor hygiene, or not maintaining their personality properly. The effects may last into adulthood and may cause a person to neglect their own child later in their future. Management for parents, treatment for the parents problem like substance abuses, or parents are having some mental problem or low self-esteem or violent behavior, and realize make them to realize the responsibility regarding their child. Then education and helping parents to correct their thinking and behavior. Then for the child-centered intervention includes pediatric care, monitoring behavioral and mental health treatment, provide stimulation program to emotionally neglected child, then develop timely and comprehensive assessment or place in foster home. Then children of divorced or separated parents. A divorce always affect children, even adult children, and divorce is almost always stressful for children and lead to lost contact with one parents, create economic hardships and increase conflicts between parents. For all these reasons, most children have a hard time during the divorce tradition. So effects of divorce or separation on children. Infant loss of appetite, upset stomach, may spit up more, or more fretful or anxious, or looking for the other parents, feeling of them. And then toddlers more crying, then sleeping problem, may feel anger, may worry when parents is out of sight, may withdraw, bite, or be irritability than showing temper tantrums. Then preschoolers feels uncertain about the future, may feel responsible, may hold anger inside, may become aggressive and anger towards parents or towards others, may have more nightmares, then experience feeling of grief because of sudden absence of the parents. In early elementary, feels unfaithful and feels a sense of loss, feels rejected, ignores schools as well as friendship or other uh, neighbors, then worries about the future, complaints of headache and stomach ache, experience of loss of appetite, then not able to sleep properly, diarrhea or constipation, then urinary frequency, learning problem in school. Then about teens and adolescents, if you're taking over, they will be having first and foremost will be anger and disillusioned, then feels abandoned that parents is leaving him or her, not the other spouse, shows extreme behavior, good as well as bad, then involves in high risk behavior like a drug or shoplifting or skipping school, or trying to show some antisocial behavior, then a problem in maintaining relationship or worries about financial matters. Then management comes to the management, not expose child to conflict between parents, listen to child and provide emotional support. That means whenever the parents are quarreling or having a conversation, a hot conversation, they should see that in the presence of child they should not have this type of conversation. The next, listening to child and provide emotional support. Child should be reared to respect to both parents. Child should taught that both parents are nice people but are separating because of they have different views about life. Then this is about the handicapped children. Then prevention of handicapped condition in children. Primary prevention indicates genetic counseling, genetic screening, reduction of consanguineous marriages like a same relationship. Like example, if you're seeing a same relation like either paternal or maternal relations where the marriage should not takes place. The next, pregnancy planning should be proper, like subsequent pregnancy like multipara, it should be avoided. Then RH compatibility has to be checked. Then immunization of the mother and baby should be properly given. And then vitamin A prophylaxis for the baby should be properly given. Then improve nutritional status of the mother as well as the child. These all helps to have the primary prevention like prevention of infection as well as proper parental counseling and genetic screening. This everything will help to avoid in further as well as the preventive measures of handicapped children. Okay, then other this like prevention of or providing proper amount of iron and folic acid has to be administered during pregnancy. Then provide essential care in prenatal, intranatal and postnatal period. Prevent maternal and neonatal infection. The next, prevent birth injuries, asphyxia and hyperbilirubinemia. Then special care to high risk mother like abortion, premature birth, or intrauterine growth retardations. Then encourage to kick bad habits such as smoking or alcohol abuse during pregnancy. Secondary prevention, careful history, regular medical supervision and developmental assessment. Like a 3 months once or 6 months once, they has to go for regular medical checkup. Then treatment of particular handicap conditions, proper treatment has to be followed. Then correction of deformity. Then physiotherapy and exercise, how to improve. Then occupational therapy, how to go along and work along with the problem, like having physical deformity. Along with the physical deformity, how the child can able to face others, how the child can able to perform their activity. So occupational therapy will be teaching them. Then speech therapy to improve communication. Then prosthetics, some supportive devices, special care for mentally handicapped children. Then counseling and guidance. Then referral for welfare services. Rehabilitation of the handicapped children. Next, rehabilitation, if you are seeing about medical rehabilitation, social rehabilitation, educational, psychological, and vocational. All the rehabilitation has to be done. Then moving on to the welfare of handicapped children. So if you are saying about welfare of handicapped children, our government is providing so many facilities for the child. Welfare of the handicapped children, person with disability is bill, equal opportunity protection right and full participation. 1995, introduced by Ministry of Welfare and Government of India, and it deals with prevention and promotional aspects of rehabilitation. Then Children Act in 1960 provide for the care of protection, maintenance, welfare, education, and rehabilitation of socially handicapped children like orphans or neglected children. They can able to approach and they can have the proper education with the help of this Child Act 1960. The next, scheme for handicapped children. Deen Dayal Disabled Rehabilitation Scheme, assistance to disabled person to purchase or fitting of aids and appliances. National Handicapped Finance and Developmental Corporation, scheme for implementation of Person with Disability Act 1995. SIGDA. Then scheme for incentive to employees in the private sector for providing employment to person with disabilities. National Institute of Art. Before that, we'll see that. So over the scheme, you already know very well that handicapped persons are having special quota in the government jobs or any kind of government seats. Also, even if you're going for the education, if you're going to even in the buses, also special uh, quotas will be quotas are available for them to encourage them to come forward and to live their life happily. The National Institute of Handicapped, the National Institute of Orthopedically Handicapped, Kolkata, National Institute of Mentally Handicapped, Hyderabad, Ali Yawar Jung National Institute of Hearing Handicapped, Mumbai, National Institute for Rehabilitation Training and Research, Kolkata, National Institute of Visually Handicapped, New Delhi, and Dehradun, and so many are there. Um, Not only government and other private sectors also nowadays they are voluntarily doing the good services. The nursing management of handicapped children. Over the nursing management, if you are seeing, first and foremost, we are using the ineffective family coping. That is the first and foremost one. And second one is anxiety of parents and family members. And the third one is altered or impaired nutritional requirements of the child. The next is potential for infection. More chances are there for infection. Then self-care deficient. They can't take care of themselves properly. So due to that, self-care deficit also kept. Then communication impairment, physical mobility impaired. Okay. Then altered elimination pattern, activity intolerance, altered sleep pattern, sensory alteration, visual auditory, altered growth and development, diversional activity deficit, knowledge deficit related to the same factor. Where over these counterparts, you can able to use the priority wise nursing care plan. Minimum you can able to use two major and three minor problems, or you can able to use all the five major and list out the minor nursing diagnosis. Okay. So over this first and foremost one, we are having the ineffective family coping mechanism. The family members are effectively coping with the child due to the child handicapped conditions. Okay. Then second one, if you're saying anxiety of the parents or the family members, how they will face the society, or how, what's in, due to what problem the suffering were present over this. Okay, then always the common factor which is affecting are the nutrition of the child. Okay, so here we are closing our session of handicapped children. Thank you.